Hey, it's Soleil, and this is episode 119 of the Orange Pill Investor. And today I want to talk about the only thing that I can think of that might be more important than Bitcoin for the next 100 years. And that is this Rethink X article titled, "This Time We Are the Horses, the Disruption of Labor by Humanoid Robots." And I've been posting a lot recently about how I'm finally work optional. I've been trading stock options for the last 4 years, and I'm finally making more money trading options, selling options, than I make in salary. So I could technically quit, and I'm not sure when I'm going to shut up about it, but apparently today is not that day. And the reason is because this shit is the most important societal change, and it's going to be a seismic freaking shift. So while Bitcoin fixes everything and it's going to fix all the financial problems or whatever, but that's only the financial problems that we know of that exist now. And a lot of times when we get disrupting change, it's not just one change, it's multiple changes. And so this has been something that I've been thinking about ever since I saw Tony Seba's videos on disruption. I'll see if I can find those. Maybe I'll paste some in the comments. But those are a must-watch. And basically, disruptions happen way faster than people think. And long story short, human wages will be driven to zero. So eventually when there's more, 8 billion humanoid robots on the planet, and they're able to work 24/7, plugged in, or just, 23 hours a day, there isn't a single employer on the planet that would pay some idiot $15 an hour to do shit wrong when they can just pay a little subscription fee and the cost of electricity, which will probably be next to nothing by then as well. And you can just have an employee that works 23/7, isn't late for their shift, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't complain about having to perform repeatable tasks. I mean, hell, they've got AI coding now, so even the people who think that they're intellectual are not safe. And I work in IT, and they're basically asking me to train my replacements. And so I've survived 5 layoffs over the last several years. My team of like 8 to 10 is down to 2. It's me and one other girl. And it's just a matter of time. So they want us all trained in automation. They want us replacing ourselves. They want, for anything that we can't immediately automate, they want us to outsource to offshore, mostly India, but some South American stuff too. I was kind of surprised. They have an office in South America some damn where. But it's gonna be weird when we're all sitting on our stacks of Bitcoin. We got all these Satoshis, and Bitcoin's worth $1 million a coin, but human labor is zero. It's like a penny an hour. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, because if Tesla's going to be selling millions upon millions and billions of these damn bots, and the bots are going to be building bots, and it's just going to be some big circle of bot inception, but nobody has a job. Like, who's making any money? Who can even afford bots at that point? Maybe universal basic income will be a thing, and anybody who doesn't have their own money will just be handed out their CBDC coins, and you can spend your little your allowance basically on Netflix, pizza delivery, and I don't know, maybe you can save up for a bot. I don't know. Is everybody going to have a bot? But this shit is real, and it's coming. And so I'm kind of sounding the alarm bell, but I don't have any solutions. I wish I had solutions I could be like, oh yeah, this is what you need to do in the future. But the only advice I can give you right now is just start thinking about this crap, because it doesn't matter if you're an Uber driver, robotaxi's coming for your job. It doesn't matter if you're a programmer, AI's coming for your job. It doesn't matter if you are the cashier at McDonald's, they got kiosks for your ass already, so that fight for 15 crap backfired, and you basically fought for zero because now you're out of work. And McDonald's is probably better off for it, and the customers are probably better off for it, because now, if the order is wrong, it's because you put it in wrong. Now, there's still some weird stuff where, like, if you want extra this or no onions that or whatever, the kiosks will get perfected over time. I mean, Chick-fil-A's app is pretty damn good, which is kind of unexcusable why McDonald's and Burger King's apps are so shitty. Like, Chick-fil-A, I thought they were first, so if theirs is so good, like, come on, just copy it. Just steal one of the old Chick-fil-A app programmer employees and just be like, build us the same thing. But for some reason, I have to fuck around with those apps. Well, I barely even eat those anymore. The other thing I can't shut up about is carnivore diet. I'm giving that a shot. I'm not quite all the way there. Definitely meat-based. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Except I will have some Optimus robots on my little plot of land somewhere, feeding the cows and the chickens and harvesting my mangoes in my orange grove, and walking around all night patrolling for deer that want to come and eat my shit, and probably scaring off coyotes and wolves and all of that stuff. But what I really want is my my personal defense bot 2000 or whatever that can fight off attackers or whatnot. That would be super cool. Anyway, check out the article. Of course, I'll put a link to it in the description. I didn't even know this site was available, but Stephen Mark Ryan's channel, Solving the Mother Problem, he did a whole video about this. I mean, he just went through the whole article, and I was familiar with Tony Seba, but I didn't know he had this X channel or whatever, community group. I don't know what the hell it is. But I immediately followed as soon as I saw this. But so while it's funny too, because I was a huge believer in Tesla probably before I became completely orange pilled, and I almost kind of forgot about Tesla after that. I was like, holy shit, Bitcoin, there's no second best, et cetera, et cetera. And my Tesla investments began to dwindle. And I've since started kind of resizing my positions and trying to at least build up my Tesla holdings a little bit better. They're the only two assets I really own. So Bitcoin and Bitcoin derivatives like MicroStrategy and mining stocks, Mara, Riot, and Hut are the ones I'm trading right now. And then Tesla, that's it. Michael Saylor in an interview, and I'm desperate to find whatever that interview is. And if anybody has it bookmarked, please link it to me. But it was, I've watched hundreds of hours of Saylor videos, so for me to go back and just watch them all again to find this one video would be kind of painful. But he described, and I think it was when he was talking about the mobile wave, and when he wrote that book. But it was when you purchase an asset, and it's when they're disrupting and they're the clear winner. So that's Bitcoin as far as financial is concerned, and it's Tesla as far as electric vehicles, energy, solar, robotaxis, automation, probably generalized intelligence. I'm forgetting a couple of things. But anyway, there's no second best Tesla. There's no, you don't have to go digging around to try to find the next Tesla. Like, oh, let me find who's going to go from $5 a share to $500 a share. When Amazon upended booksellers, there was no other Amazon. It wasn't like Amazon 2.0. Let me go find a different Amazon. Like, no, only Amazon was Amazon. And some people are still investing in Amazon like it's gonna do what it did over the last 20 years and the next 20 years, but they've already done the disruption. They'll probably do well because they're still number one. But, and of course, none of this is financial advice, yada yada yada. But I'm not gonna invest in Amazon after they've already disrupted. So Tesla has barely even begun to disrupt the car companies. When you see them all just start dropping like flies, and they're all licensing FSD from Tesla, and they're all on the supercharger network, like Ford. Ford probably started a rush, a stampede to sign up for the Tesla supercharger network. Same damn thing's going to happen with FSD. I'm assuming Ford was the ones that was in talks to license FSD. That little nugget that they let slip on the earnings call. Not that they accidentally let slip. It was intentional. They were answering a question. But Ford will probably be the first, but that'll just be a stampede of licensing FSD as well. And anyone who doesn't simply won't sell cars at some point. And eventually it'll probably be illegal to drive a car without FSD overseeing it. But anyway, it's just another reason why I'm super stoked that I can support myself without this job, because they may just lay me off. I could, at any moment, I'll be on a month severance or whatever the hell it is. I don't know how it works exactly, but if they get rid of me, if they would have gotten rid of me before I was ready, it would have been potentially devastating. So, and that's another reason why I'm making these videos, because when there are no jobs, will the only thing left to be just like personalities? Will it just be professional sports, electric gaming, politicians themselves? You have to get elected to something. Artists, if you can do a live performance, if you can act. I mean, AI is going to be replacing a lot of visual artistic art, and even probably movies. You'll just be able to, at some point, tell AI what movie you want it to make for you, and it'll just make it. But live performances will still be human-only types things. I mean, I can't imagine anybody wants to watch a live play of AI robots, but maybe that'll be the future as well. So artists that are willing and able to perform live might still have jobs. And live professional sports, and then it looks like going to be like content creators. Is it just going to be a bunch of people on X battling for ad revenue? And like I said again, if no one has income, I don't know how anyone's going to have money to buy the products that are being advertised to begin with. So the shit's going to look a hell of a lot different in a couple of decades. Bitcoin and Tesla's got me optimistic in general. I'm just a little nervous about how dangerous the transition will be from scarcity to hyperabundance. So be thinking about it. And really, this sounds kind of cryptic and pessimistic when it says we're the horses. This time we're the horses. And he's basically talking about when the car replaced the horse and buggy. And SMR had a funny line where he was like, and they ate most of those horses that they didn't need. So keep that in mind. But I don't think that's not necessarily a bad thing, because horses before the car were beasts of burden. I mean, their lives were miserable. They just worked all day, every day, shitty conditions, treated like hell, and now they're just luxury animals. I mean, you got these rich mofos with horses, and they're out there brushing them and washing their manes and giving them, they just got these wonderful stables and pastures. Like, to be a horse nowadays is like living the life. It's as people joke about, oh, you believe in utopia. Like, well, horses nowadays kind of are living in utopia. They're just spoiled little pets at this point. They used to be slaves getting whipped on their back, pulling, just a dirty. Well, there's a reason why they call them workhorses for a reason, and there's a reason why we still measure things in horsepower. So, in 50 years, will we be the spoiled animals? Will we just be able to just live high on the hog, stress-free, because we've got our new robot slave armies growing all of our food and raising all the livestock and cooking it for us and folding our laundry and every other damn thing you can think of. So Bitcoin and Tesla both have me optimistic about the future. I'm just a little bit nervous about the transition. So figure out your plan. Work optional is great, but what if work is not even an option? I think I'll leave it there. Be good, y'all.